super fun. Carbon cycle! Woohoo! This is definitely my favourite to draw out of all of them. I don't really know why. I think I was just really proud of the drawing I did for it when I was like studying. Study tip that will definitely drive everyone around you insane. Um, get a whiteboard marker and you can write all your syllabus notes on your mirrors, and then whenever you go to bed and you like see your mirror, in your room, you will have, well, like in your bathroom and you're getting ready for school, it's covered in writing, and you can just constantly read the syllabus and it rubs away like whiteboard, and it's also kind of fun. You get to pretend you're like a uni lecturer. That's what I did, and it did drive everyone of my friends and my parents insane, because you could no longer look at mirrors in my house without reading about the carbon cycle. But I was really proud of the carbon cycle, and I'm getting sidetracked by bragging, but it was a really helpful study tip, so maybe it will resonate with someone. I hope it does. Otherwise, I've definitely found a study tip that is only helpful for those that need a little bit more help. So the carbon cycle. Relates to a couple of our earlier dot points, as I pointed out then, and I'm going to point out now. Super exciting. Love when the subject matter does that. I love when QCE Biology, like, they think it through. It's nice. So it's a really important subject matter to understand. And here's how we're going to go about it. So first we have carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. This is our atmospheric carbon dioxide. We're going to start from there. This is, for me, the easiest way to go about the cycle of it. So we have our carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Through the process of photosynthesis, this is our first arrow, we have carbon that is captured by plants and animal in their tissue, hence carbon dating, guys. So that's so I thought it was cool at the time. So we call these producers. Do you see how it's relating? How it's building? Oh my god. So much fun. So we call these producers because they are responsible for producing the molecules for the rest of the food chain to function. We have a few different outputs from the plants for the carbon to flow somewhere else. So the most obvious one is consumption by animals. And we call these primary consumers if they eat the plants, or secondary consumers if they eat the animals that eat the plants. And this extends further, but primary and secondary consumers are what we will focus on in this explanation. So these animals now possess carbon, which they will excrete or pass away. So they'll either excrete it through respiration and metabolism, but also as the death of the animals, leading to the decay, which both are going to lead to carbon returning into the atmosphere and water as carbon dioxide. This is because the carbon implant in animal tissues is, through either death or excretion, is consumed by the decomposers and detritivores, respirated, and then released through respiration into the atmosphere. How fun is that? This is also respiration, which is where a carbon that is not absorbed into the plant and animal tissues is released through cellular respiration again. Now we're going to touch on one little thing, fossilization. So the carbon in the plants of animals and tissues is fossilized sometimes through pressure and years of geological changes, and we get things like coal, which we then mine, and through human involvement we release it back into the air. But the issue is we release too much of it, so it's another topic. Just know that coal can be released through human intervention. So the next option, if we're going from atmospheric carbon dioxide, is dissolving, which is where carbon dioxide is dissolved through water, and then through the process of photosynthesis in plankton or other sorts of like through photoplankton, is then consumed by animals until and so on until it is consumed by a much larger fish, which can then also be fossilized and then will either create limestone or oil and gas, which we then drill for, and then through combustion, which is the same for coal, is released into the air as atmospheric carbon dioxide. How nice is that cycle? What a nice cycle. Definitely my favorite. Oh, it's such a nice cycle. It goes so well. It's an essential molecule for life, and it's shown up in every single organism. So yeah, it's really cool. And that's essentially all you need to know about the carbon cycle. Next slide.